Anthony, what do you think is the most special part of Christmas?
I'm gonna have to go with the smell of Christmas trees.
I love that too. Well, actually, I love it all, and we can't forget where it all started. For many people, it's a time to celebrate a special birth.
The nativity story, a stable where a baby was born, surrounded by creatures big and small, including a camel. I made my way to the Toronto Zoo to learn more about these ancient creatures in this latest installment of Animal Class.
Welcome to Animal Class.
I'm outside here at the Toronto Zoo on a beautiful snowy morning, and I'm here with Jen, one of the zookeepers here. Today we're meeting a couple of the descendants of the camels that were at the nativity scene. And so they're eating out of this giant hay feeder right now. Jen, who are we meeting here today? Because there's a couple camels around us, and what types of camels are they?
So right now we're standing with a couple of our 8 Bactrian camels that we have here at the Toronto Zoo. Right next to me is Rebecca. Rebecca is a 21-year-old Bactrian camel. She also stands at just about 7 feet high. And then behind us we have actually our oldest girl here. Her name is Sally. She's 24. And she's a little bit shorter than Rebecca. She stands probably closer to 6 feet.
So they're really tall, but just considering how broad they are, how much do they weigh?
Well, Rebecca here, she's probably weighs in about 1,700 pounds the last time we weighed her. Sally's a little bit less. She only weighs about 1,400.
Now these ones have really furry coats, almost very shaggy. What type of climate would you typically find these types in?
Yeah, so Bactrian camels, which is easy to remember, like a capital B, they have 2 humps.
Okay.
As opposed to their cousins, who were probably the ones that you saw at the nativity scene, like a capital dromedaries, like a capital D, have 1 hump. So the Bactrian camels here, they're native to the Mongolian and the Gobi deserts. And as it gets quite cold there, these guys do develop really, really thick winter coats. It's said that they could probably tolerate up to about -40.
Wow.
However, because it does get quite hot in the deserts as well, as we start getting into the warmer weather, they will actually lose all of this hair, go completely bald, and they can probably tolerate up to closer to +40 as well.
I like them with the hair though, because they're this beautiful golden brown color. It's great.
Yeah, they do. Most of the camels do have kind of like, that darker brownish coat to them. But there are actually some camels, we do have a couple here at the Toronto Zoo, that are much, much blonder and almost closer to like a white color of fur.
So you were mentioning the humps. Is it true that they store water inside of them?
No, actually that's a myth. Camels do store fat in their humps, and what they do, it's a really cool process. So as camels eat and they drink, they take all of that nutrients and moisture from their food and water, they convert it into a fat substance, and then that's what they store in their humps. And then when they go a long time without food or water in the deserts, they can take that fat and literally have their body feed off of it. When babies are born, they're actually not born with humps either. They're just born with 2 little flaps of fur, and then as they start growing and as they start building up those
they fill out.
Fat, they eventually start growing their humps up.
So what do they typically eat here and in the wild?
So at the Toronto Zoo, their main diet consists of Timothy hay, and we also give them, it's a herbivore cube that's designed, it has a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals in it, so it kind of gives them everything that they need in their diet. And then for a treat on a daily basis, they get their carrot, which is their favorite. In the wild, again, they're going to be sticking to strictly vegetation. These guys will eat probably anything green that they can find and get their mouths on. And they also have some really cool features in their mouth that enable them to eat cactus as well.
Really? So the needles don't bother them at all?
No, their mouths and their tongues are specially designed to handle the prickly items, because sometimes that's all they can find.
So are there any other cool facts about camels that you can share?
Yeah, in my opinion, camels are probably one of the coolest animals on the planet. Everything about them is designed for them to survive in a very, very harsh environment. If you start at their feet, when camels step down, their feet will actually expand, much like a pillow would, and it spreads out. So this actually acts as like a snowshoe on the snow and the sand for them to help them prevent from sinking in. As you move up their leg, they will have a callus spot on their knees and their elbows, and also a really big callus chest plate. So when they lie down, they will rest all of their weight on these places. If these guys happen to lay down on hot sand, it actually helps prevent from burning their skin from laying on the hot sand as well.
We could use those on our feet.
Yes, definitely. One of the really neat things, in my opinion, is what you can't see with these guys, and that's their blood cells. So most mammals, including humans, we have round blood cells. Camels, however, actually have oval blood cells. And the reason for this is that because when they finally get to a water source again, they can drink huge amounts of water at once. Now, if we were to drink as much water as they could at one time, our blood cells would actually explode from water intake. But because these guys have specially designed blood cells, the oval shape will actually expand to allow for that water intake.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
They're just built for success then.
They truly are. I mean, although unfortunately, these guys are domesticated Bactrian camels. They're cousins in the wild, however. They have also now been able to start drinking salt water, because sometimes that's the only water they can find. But unfortunately, there's actually less than 500 Bactrian camels left in the wild.
Really? Oh, that's too bad. They're fun creatures.
They are. They're truly amazing, and they're to the people of Mongolia, they're almost a lifeline to them as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for introducing me to these camels.
Yeah, of course.
That was really interesting. Anthony, what was the most surprising part?
I think just how much a camel's odor will stick with you for the rest of the day and a couple days after that.